In this lesson, we will learn how to find the ancestors of an element. We will see the built-in methods provided by jQuery for this with examples. Let's start and first understand what is an ancestor. So an ancestor on a web page is basically a parent, grandparent or great grandparent of an element. Okay, it means moving up. That means let's say the following is an example. Okay, we are showing it through a figure. This is the ancestor div. Div is having two childs, ul and ol. Okay, when we will move up, the ancestor of ul is div, the ancestor of ol is div. Okay, in that way ancestors means moving up. Okay, in this we have shown that div is having ul and ol as the child. Further, ul is having two childs and ol is also having two childs. Also, the left li is having two child span, and the li is having one strong element each, that is child. So let us see what all built-in methods are provided by jQuery for finding an ancestor on a web page. Here it is. So ancestor basically means traversing up in the DOM tree, I just told you. And the following methods are supported by jQuery: parent, parents and parents until. The parent method will return the direct parent element. Parents will return all the ancestor elements, and the parents until will return the ancestors between two elements. We will understand them one by one. Let us start with the parent method. So the parent method will return the direct parent of the selected element. Okay, so we will see the same figure example and run a code so that we can return the direct parent of the span element. Let's see. So we are using VS Code here. We have created the following folder on the desktop for this tutorial. So for this lesson, let us create a new HTML file. Right click here, new file, mention the name. Let's say I'll mention index16.html. Here it is. Now let me take the sample code from here, copy, paste. Okay, so we have edit jQuery using the jQuery CDN. Here it is. Okay, so here our jQuery code will come. Let us add the HTML stuff here under the body tag. So we have created our container. Now we will work like this. Okay, here it is. We will create them one by one. Let's see. Add a div. Within that, add child. Okay. And the second child. And this. Now this is our div. Let's say I'll mention this. Great grandparent. Within that, I'll mention ul tag, grandparent, and then comes the parent li tag. Okay, and this is our child. Let's say I'll add two span elements. Okay, and for the next li, let me just mention li here. Okay, let me also style this. Our parent div, I'll just use the style attribute. Okay, Now that's it. We have closed it here. What we did, we just followed the following example. Okay, div, then ul, then two li elements, and the left li will have two span elements. Now we'll find the ancestor. We need to set the code here now, jQuery code, that's it. We can also set the universal selector for the parent using the style. Using the style here before the closing of head tag. Okay, now add your CSS styles. So I'll just mention dot ancestors for the following and a star so that it's a universal selector. Let me set display block. Now the border 2px solid style and let's say blue color. Font size, using the font size, font hyphen size property. Padding, okay, 10px and margin also. That's it. Display block means it will display the elements as a block element. We will return the direct parent of the span element. So mention span. Okay, I told you which method we will use, dot parent for the direct parent element. Okay, dot CSS, let us style the result also so that it's clearly visible. Background, let's say I'll set sky blue. Then for the next property, use comma. I'll also set the color. Color means text color. I have set blue. Also set the border so that it's easily visible. Solid red, okay. And then close this. That's it. Now we will go to file, save all. Right click and open in default browser. Now here it is guys, we have displayed the direct parent of the span, that means the li. So we followed this ul, so the direct parent of span was li. So we have displayed it using the parent method. So guys, we saw how we can return the direct parent element using the parent method. We return the direct parent of the span element. Now let us see the next example. In the next example, we'll be using the parents method. What this method will do, it will return all the ancestor elements of the selected element. In the previous example, we only returned the direct element. Now parents method will return all the ancestor elements. So what we will do, we will take the same example and we will return the ancestors of the span element. Let us see the example. So this was our previous example. I'll create a new file. Right click, new file. I'll copy this, paste. So here what we did, we created a container, within that a div, and div was having ul child. Ul was further having two li elements and li was having further child's two span elements. We followed this approach just for our example. Now what we will find all the ancestors of the span element using the parents method. Okay. We also styled the div using the following. We have set the elements as block elements. Star is for universal. And we use the parent method to get the direct parent of the selected element, that means the span, in the previous example. In this example, we will use the parents method. Now this will return all the ancestors of the span element. and the result it will display with the background sky blue, color blue, because we have set the CSS property. The result will be visible using this property so that we can see the difference. Okay, that's it. Go to file, save all. What we can do here, we can change this to black, and we can also set it to 3px. Also the color we can change so the difference is clearly visible, black. Here what we can do, we can remove this background, and that's it. Now all the ancestors of the span element will be visible with red border. Okay, we can also change the font size. Let's say I'll set it to 24px so that it's easily visible, and let me set the property like this. Okay, this looks fine now. Now the result will be visible as text color blue, font size 24px, and border the following red. Now let us run it. Right click, open in default browser. Here you can see for the following span we are having the following ancestors, all these ancestors like this. For this span we told you ancestors means moving up, that means li, ul and div are its ancestors, and the same is visible here, li, ul and div. Okay, we have used the parents method. Guys, we saw how to use the parents method to get all the ancestor elements. Now let us see the next method. Under the parents until method, we can easily return the ancestors between two elements. So what we will do in the example, we will return the ancestor between span and div elements. Let's see the example. Okay, here what we will do, between this span and div we will return the ancestor elements. Okay, let's see. We will create a new file, right click, new file, index18, name it index18.html. Now let us take the same code, right click, copy, and I'll paste it here. Now what we need to do, we need to find the ancestors between two elements using the parents until method. So we were having this ancestor container here. Within that we have this div. Div is having a child ul. Ul is further having two li elements, and the left li is having two span elements. So we will find the ancestors between span and div. So the output should be ul and li, right? Let's see. First I'll change it to parents until. Okay, and then I'll just mention div in the bracket. Now what will happen, whatever ancestors it will return, it will have blue color, font size 24, and border will be red. Rest we have kept as it is. We styled our ancestor div using the following. Okay, that means it goes for all the childs because we have set the universal selector star. Okay, we did a mistake, parents until. Okay, now it's fine. You need to save it, always remember, file, save all, right click, open in default browser. Okay, so I told you between span and div the ancestors are ul and li, and the same is visible with 24px font, blue color text. We have used the parents until method, and between span and div we use the parents until to get the ancestors between these two elements. So guys, we saw how we can work around traversing to find ancestors. We worked around the following three methods: parent, parents, and parents until. Thank you for watching the video.